That's right, you read correctly. You'll soon be able to buy cars on Amazon. Hyundai and BMW are already on board, and in certain states, you can already start your purchase process through Amazon when it comes to buying a car. So what does this mean for car buyers? What about dealerships? Are they still going to exist? How about pricing and then servicing your car afterwards? There's so many questions, but don't worry, I'm going to answer everything in this video, so stay tuned. Now, I linked Amazon Autos in the description and the top pinned comment, so check it out to see cars and accessories available on Amazon. So here's the deal with Amazon Autos. Firstly, it's going to be offered only in the US for now in certain states. And here's a map of those states that's available at the moment. What Amazon is trying to do is they're trying to simplify the car buying experience. So you can find the car you want, set up financing, deal with your trade-in and any additional extras you want to add onto the car, and then of course set up the pickup time at a dealership. They want to give full breakdowns of all the pricing so you can be totally informed about exactly what you're getting. And like I said, Amazon also wants to handle your trade-in vehicle. So you're going to start by submitting an application, and then a local dealership is going to contact you. And that's right, dealerships are still very much involved. At the end of the day, this seems like just another lead generation tool because cars are a big machine. They need to be picked up at a certain place and brought back in for service, and there needs to be financing involved. So at the end of the day, there's still going to be these big buildings known as car dealerships. Amazon's also going to offer you extended warranty, gap insurance, and other maintenance plans directly in the shopping experience. So when you get to your dealership, there's going to be an Amazon advisor, and at this moment, they are not doing any leasing. It's only for purchases. But as I said, like many others, this is a lead generation tool. There's Car Edge, Car Cost, Unhaggle, TrueCar, Edmunds, Car Guru. The list goes on and on and on. All of these tools are basically another avenue to get you into the dealership. They offer exclusive pricing. They make all sorts of promises. But at the end of the day, you're buying a car. It's going to be from a dealer because it is a machine that needs to be delivered to you and it has to go back in for service. There's going to be financing. There's going to be parts involved. So there's no getting away from a dealership. All of these lead generation tools really lead back to the same thing. And it really looks like Amazon Autos is essentially the same. Even if at some point Amazon decides to open their own car dealerships, you're just going to be doing the same thing but through an Amazon dealership and not through Hyundai or BMW or any other brand. So it's good because it may simplify the experience a little bit. You take care of all the financing and all the numbers and packages beforehand. You walk into the dealer, you sign the final paperwork, and off you go. But of course, there's no negotiating price now. There's also no test drives, so you can't try it before you buy it. So let's go through the process online. I'm going to show you some of the terms and conditions, and we'll look at a car and see what the overall process is like at this moment. So here we are on Amazon Autos, coming soon to your area. There's the map of all the states, obviously California, New York, Texas, Florida. The bigger states are there, plus some of the others as well. Find your car, get your payment set up, go through protection packages, and then pick it up at your local dealer. They're going to have all-in pricing with all the fees, everything up front. And like I said, that means no negotiating. So you're actually going to probably pay more with this method. And then of course, financing will be done through Amazon, and they're going to go through extended warranties, gap insurance, maintenance plans. Trade-ins are going to be done as well, which is weird. My guess is going to be that they're going to lowball you like crazy, because if they can't see your car and actually take a look at the condition, you're probably going to get the lowest possible trade-in value. And then there's an Amazon rep to show a guy with a little tag there. So what will happen is most dealerships are probably going to have one salesperson that's the official Amazon representative. And so when you go in, you're going to be dealing with that Amazon advisor. Okay, so here's a help page. It's going to go through some more stuff. So cars, trucks, electric vehicles. Pricing is here. Now here's what it says. Amazon Autos aims for competitive, no haggle pricing that allows customers to get a fair deal from the comfort of their home. While we don't offer price negotiation or price matching, we strive for transparent pricing and information so you're able to make an informed car buying choice. So just like I predicted, there's no negotiating. Basically, sticker price is the price you pay. If there's any rebates or any like military discount, new car buyer discounts, those will be there. But all of that is available at a dealership anyways. So you cannot negotiate the price. What you see is what you pay. Some folks might like this method, but honestly, you can just go to a dealership and just pay the price anyways. Like, if you don't want to negotiate at a dealer, just don't. Just go in and pay the full price, and that's it if you don't like negotiating. But typically at a car dealership, there is room for negotiation. They have a markup. They make $1,000, $2,000 per car. Maybe you can get 500 or $1,000 off, depending on the margin that they have. With Amazon, there's none of that. Sticker price, what you see is what you pay. And a lot of products on Amazon are like this anyways. You can get a lower price going in store for some products because Amazon ships it to you and their margins are so low, products will a lot of times cost more on Amazon than they do in store. And so it seems like with cars, that's going to be the case in the end anyways. So searching for a vehicle, you can save your car, and then the car that you're looking for, you'll be able to see accessories and things like that. And this is where they're pushing accessories a lot. I'm going to show you that in just a second. So trade-ins, if you have one, any incentives, protection plans, they'll show you as well. Dealership will prepare your legal documents once you're approved. There's no additional fees to buy through Amazon. And so here's an interesting part. If you'd like to finance your car, we're currently offer financing loans from Hyundai Motor Finance with fixed APR terms. So you're not going to be able to get a better rate from other lenders. It's just going to be through Hyundai Finance. When you buy a car at a Hyundai dealership, you can go with all sorts of the major banks, whoever gives you the most competitive rate, and there's subvented rates with those lenders. There's none of that now with Amazon Autos. It's just going to be the actual manufacturer's lender. So there's even less options for you here. So you'll apply for financing through Amazon's site. Only one person may apply. No cosign applications. We currently do not support cosigns. So if you need a cosigner, if you have anything that's not a straightforward single person application, you got to go into the dealership. If you're buying a car cash, you're going to put a $500 deposit on Amazon.com and the rest will be paid directly at the dealership. And of course, they're going to need your social security number and your driver's license. So now that's going to go through Amazon as well as the dealer. So you're just giving more information to more companies, employment details, history. So all the typical financial stuff you'd have to go through with a finance manager. If you choose to finance your new car, the final deal offered by the dealership may be different from the estimates seen in the Estimate Your Finance tool. So you're gonna see a price on Amazon, but when you go to the dealer, there may be different pricing at the dealer. There may be specific fees or accessories that are already on that car that Amazon doesn't have. So basically Amazon is saying, look, we don't know the exact price. We can just give you an estimate. Really, the most accurate pricing typically will be on a car dealer's website because they usually will have prices specific to their inventory, and your options, incentives, rebates, taxes are all subject to change. During your checkout, you can add a trade-in. They will ask you approximately 20 questions. Once it's complete, you will see an estimated value for your trade-in car. And like I said, when you get to the dealer, they're gonna actually do a physical inspection of your car and look at market data and market value. So the trade-in value off Amazon, it's not really gonna be accurate. They're still gonna have to do a real appraisal once your car is in store. So if I go to AmazonAutos.com and I press enter, here we are on Amazon Automotive. So you can see we can add a vehicle. So if you already have a car or you've purchased your car, you can add a vehicle. The reason why they want you to do that is because look, before I even shop for cars, truck and parts, accessories, interior accessories, tires and wheels, power sports, oil and fluids, car care, exterior, tools. So what Amazon is clearly doing here is they're basically upselling you the idea that look, we're not just gonna sell cars, we sell all sorts of accessories. Now, all this stuff has already been on Amazon, but they're trying to get more involved in the automotive industry to get you to buy oil, tires, wiper blades, cleaning equipment, tools, all different brands are here. So here's tons of accessories for your car care and things like that they're showing. And now at the bottom, Car Shopping Reimagined, Explore Now. So Amazon is using this as a way to kind of show you, hey, look, we're in the car industry and we sell all sorts of accessories and parts that you can buy through Amazon. And at the bottom, by the way, we sell cars now too. Okay, so let's go to Explore Now. Here is the showroom. Let's select Hyundai. Okay, there we go. We got our Hyundai cars here. Buy on Amazon, pick up at a dealer. Here are the cars. So let's go look at a new Santa Fe 2025. And so we got our options, packages, there's the MSRP, and here are some actual cars. So I can select view on dealer site. And just like that, I'm at Hudson Hyundai, which is in New Jersey, and I'm looking at the actual car, and I can contact them and I can apply for financing. So basically at this point, I've bypassed Amazon's website. I'm on the car dealer's website where you can see inventory, do financing. All of this has already been available through car dealers' websites. So really the whole Amazon step is just an extra step that's not really necessary. It's not really adding anything beneficial to my experience. I can just go to the dealership's website and just do it all through there anyways and go pick up the car. So it's not really changing anything. It's just kind of another avenue that leads to the same ending. But it can be convenient if you are on Amazon, you want to look at some cars, see some different prices and get all the paperwork done and go pick up the car. You can do that, but you're not really saving any money. There's no negotiating. And as it showed, there can be differences in fees and pricing, and your trading can change. So really, you're just adding this extra step that could just get messy later. Your best bet is to just go to a dealership. This is just another lead generation tool like all of the others. They're just pretending like they're solving some big problem and they have some sort of a secret special backdoor. Honestly, it all ends up back at a car dealership in the end anyways. So I think what's really happening is, my first thought was that brands like Hyundai and BMW and the other ones that will come on board will basically pay a kickback for every car sold. But from what I'm seeing, the fact that I can just bypass Amazon and go straight to the dealer's website would mean that Amazon would miss out on a lot of sales. So I think what's happening is these manufacturers, a bunch of guys in suits and a bunch of people from suits from Amazon have met in a room and discussed what they're going to do. And basically what I think is happening is that the car manufacturers are working out a deal and paying a monthly subscription to Amazon to have all their dealerships' inventories showing on Amazon's website. So it's just another way to get you in the door. And I think it's going to be a flat rate that the manufacturer will pay to Amazon as another way to advertise their cars. So really, you're just going to go through an extra step to end up at a car dealership in the end anyways. What does this mean for salespeople? Are salespeople going to go away? Absolutely not. This changes nothing in the sales process. And actually, in some ways, it might make it worse because you can't negotiate a price anymore. You can't test drive a car. It may offer some convenience to see some pricing and some inventory, but really you can do that on any car dealer's website anyways. So will software and AI replace salespeople and real estate agents and mortgage brokers or insurance brokers? Definitely not. Because at the end of the day, people buy from people, right? Customers don't always know what's best for them. Look, a lot of times customers came into the dealership looking at a specific car or a specific package. After getting to know their needs and their family and their budget and their lifestyle, I recommended a totally different car and package than what they originally were looking at. And as soon as they saw it, they were like, oh my God, that's perfect. It was in their blind spot. They didn't even know that that was available to them. It takes a human touch to do that. This is why people build relationships with their salespeople and real estate agents and insurance brokers. This is why people follow people on social media and take their word and trust what they're saying over a brand themselves. People like to work with people. People like to buy from people. People like to support people. That's what drives business. This is why dealerships have not just fired all their salespeople and just made a website where you can see all the cars, click buy now. They could have done this 20 years ago. Why have they not done it? Because there's certain salespeople who are the top salespeople. There's certain salespeople who are always at the bottom. If they remove those top salespeople who have built those relationships, who understand human psychology and the customer's needs and have built long-term relationships with certain people, then they're going to lose out on all of that. And every dealership, it all just becomes the same. And we all just go to a website and we just click buy now. We don't even know if it's the right car for us. So car dealerships still have salespeople because of their client bases, their human intuition, the fact that they can make better recommendations than any software can. Think of like a supplement brand. Let's say you're selling some supplement pills. A company says, hey, we sell supplements. They're great for your health. That may go so far. But if they sponsor Dwayne The Rock Johnson and The Rock says these supplements are amazing, they're going to have $300 million in sales overnight because people trust The Rock over some company. Why do you think Apple can say our new iPhone is great? And what a lot of people do is they'll look at independent reviewers, Marques Brownlee, Linus Tech Tips, Mr. Who's the Boss. They want to know what those people have to say about the new iPhone. Because obviously Apple's going to say the new iPhone is amazing. So this is why people buy from people. People trust people, independent reviewers. This is why social media influencers exist at all. So the relationship a person has with their salesperson, real estate agent, mortgage agent, that can triumph over any software or AI. This is why companies spend millions and billions to send their products and sponsor certain influencers to showcase their products, because that's much more valuable than the company trying to advertise themselves. So if you're a salesperson, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a mortgage agent or an insurance agent, don't be afraid of AI. It can't take away your human touch. You need to embrace AI and use that technology to your advantage. So what does it mean when it comes to Amazon Autos? Look, Amazon Autos is an illusion of choice. It's creating an illusion that you have some special backdoor, better way to buy a car, when really you're just going to end up back in a car dealership in the end anyways, except you couldn't test drive the car, you had no room for negotiation, and you've you've lost your person-to-person touch with a salesperson who may be able to pull some strings for you. You're gonna have to go back there to service the car anyway. So having a relationship with the business that you're dealing with can be very valuable down the line. Remember, these companies all work together and they give customers the illusion of choice. In the Matrix 2, there's a guy named the Merovingian. He was one of the original creators of the Matrix, and he says that choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without. Amazon, Hyundai, BMW, they have a lot of power. If they give consumers the illusion that they have these separate choices, then people will still think that they're in control of their lives. But all choices lead down to the same ending. Samsung, Apple, they all use each other's parts. McDonald's, Harvey's, Wendy's, Taco Bell. When you go to a main street corner, they're all in the same corner. Why is that? Why do car dealerships have auto malls where all the different car brands are right beside each other? Because they're all owned by the same companies. They're sharing resources. Companies that compete with each other are actually shareholders in each other. So if you buy the competitor's product, this company still wins. Microsoft own shares in Apple, and Google own shares in Microsoft, and all these companies are intertwined with each other in the end anyways, but they give you, the consumer, the illusion of choice to keep you asleep, to keep you thinking that you're in control of your life. So Amazon Autos and Car Edge and Unhaggle and Car Costs and Car Gurus and Edmunds and Kelly Blue Book, these are all just different lead generation tools. They're all working with the manufacturers and the dealers, are all working together to give consumers more choices. When consumers have more choices, they think that they're in control. You don't think that when there's a truck that delivers food to McDonald's and Harvey's and Wayne's, it's not the same truck delivering lettuce to all the different fast food chains. That's why they're all together, because they're all working together, sharing resources. You as a consumer is like, no, I like McDonald's, no, I like Wendy's, no, I like Burger King. Doesn't matter. They're all going to win in the end anyways. They're giving you that illusion of choice. That's what Amazon Autos is. It's just another choice that leads you down to the same path in the end. Now, if you actually want to get the best deal on your next car with the smoothest buying experience, check out the video I made about the top car buying mistakes to avoid and how to beat the dealer. Everything you need to know with step-by-step instructions is in that video. And if you want to check out Amazon Autos, use my link in the video description or in the top pinned comment. And like this video if you found it helpful, share with other people. And if you want more car and finance related content, then consider subscribing. My name is Baz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.